For BWYellowJackets.com, I'm Brendan Gulick. This is an interesting week in BW Athletics because the middle of the week, no action is going on, but boy does it feel like it leads up to an important weekend, and for a few different reasons. Let's get you started on Friday, where the men's and women's swimming and diving team will take the pool. They will compete against Mount Union Friday at 7 o'clock in a dual meet against the Purple Raiders. The cross-country teams compete on Saturday, and they're going to go right away into the Great Lakes Regional Championships, which are hosted by Franklin. It's a really important step for the Yellow Jackets to try to have some runners qualify for the national meet coming up. So the regional championships coming up this weekend for cross-country. Swimming and diving will continue their competition on Saturday. They've both got Penn State Barron at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. The wrestling season kicks off on Saturday. The three-time defending OAC champion wrestling team finally back in action, and they are very much looking forward to the beginning of the year. The JV, in fact, will actually wrestle on Saturday at the Trine Invitational, and then they will get full swing into things Tuesday against the Mount Union Purple Raiders next week. More on that next week. In the meantime, the football season is coming down to the final stretch. This is week 10 of the regular season, and it's the matchup that everybody hoped would play out. Number 8 nationally ranked John Carroll and a Baldwin-Wallace Yellow Jacket team that the last couple weeks now is ranked in the national polls as high as 21 by the American Football Coaches Association. Both John Carroll and BW are 8-1 on the season. There are only 5 at-large bids for every team across the country. And the Yellow Jackets and Blue Streaks are fighting for one of those 5 bids. The winner of Saturday's game in University Heights, on top of winning the Cuyahoga Gold Bowl trophy, will very likely get a playoff spot. It's not guaranteed, but it's very likely. The loser very likely will have their season come to a close. There's so few spots. They're incredibly coveted. And the way the selection committee process works, it's very difficult to have 2 losses and get in the NCAA playoffs as an at-large team. It has happened, but not very often. So, for all intents and purposes, it's essentially a win and probably get in game on Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. The kickoff for that game is actually moved to 1 o'clock. It was 1:30 and has now been shifted to 1 o'clock on Saturday. So John Carroll will host Baldwin-Wallace in the final regular season game Saturday afternoon. The men's basketball season also begins on Saturday. It's our final event of the weekend. They're on the road to take on Alfred State at 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. So good luck to everybody competing this weekend, those who are finishing their seasons, those who are beginning their seasons, and we'll have everything you need to know about all of our student athletes right here on BWYellowJackets.com.